in a society of political correctness, we have stereotyped the once known home and family protectors, termed nanny dogs, or more commonly called pit bulls, as vicious, unprovoked killers. I'm here to tell you that they are not the villains they are portrayed as. For almost 114 years, the American Pit Bull Terrier was recognized by the United Kennel Club as the perfect nanny dog because of its friendly nature, loyalty, and stability. They didn't recommend using these dogs for guard dogs because they were too friendly with strangers. In the early half of the 20th century, they were known as America's sweethearts because of their love for children. They were used on recruitment posters and materials. They were famous in the military, like Sergeant Stubby, the most decorated dog of World War I. Some famous pit bull owners that you might recognize are Caesar Milan, Helen Keller, Thomas Edison, Linda Blair, Brad Pitt, Sonny and Cher, and Rachel Ray, to name a few. Some pit bulls that you might recognize are Petey from Our Game, Nipper from the RCA Victor image with sitting by the phonograph, and Tig, the Buster Brown dog from the shoe ads. So what we have here is a case of canine racism based upon myths and sensationalized by the media. The Houston Chronicle quotes an unnamed official as placing the blame for the problems on the humans. Many of the pit bulls that are attacking are due to skyrocketing number of poorly bred and badly trained dogs raised by backyard breeders. They are the dog of choice for irresponsible breeders, dog fighters, and those who like the look of a tough dog. The ASPCA tells us that pit bulls are often attracting the worst type of dog owners. A 2009 study by the Journal of Forensic Science found that owners of vicious dogs had significantly more criminal behaviors. Pit bulls are more frequently abused, tortured, abandoned, and euthanized in the United States. The American Veterinary Medicine Association states controlled studies have not identified this breed group as disproportionately dangerous. They do not have locking jaws. That is a myth. Studies did show, however, that dog bite force is proportionate to the size of the dog breed. The National Geographic did a study on three types of so-called vicious dogs: Rottweilers, German Shepherds, and Pit Bulls. What they discovered was the Pit Bull exerted less bite force than the other two dog breeds. So based on looks alone, Pit Bulls are discriminated against. Legislation against pit bulls has proven to be ineffective. There is no proof that dog specific laws, or BSL, make communities any safer. Pit bull is a type of dog and not a breed, making it vague for legislation. A study by the Applied Animal Welfare Science found that 87.5% of the dogs identified as this specific dog type were proven incorrect in DNA analysis. In fact, upon review, it was discovered that the breed was incorrectly recorded over half the time in dog bite reports. Karen DeLeese, research director for the National Canine Research Council and author of the Pit Bull Placebo, studied every fatal dog bite reported between 2002 and 2005, a total of 47 deaths. What she found was 11 dogs involved in fatal attacks with no pit bull characteristics were counted as pit bulls, while their true breeds were not reported. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, does not support BSL, stating that dog bite data has proven inaccurate and identifying breed can be difficult. So where do we stand and what can we do? Understand that dogs don't understand human rights. Often the dogs who attack are abused or treated inhumanely or just trained to be mean. We should hold the owners responsible. Dogs need to be raised, like humans, in an environment of care and love. Young children should never be left alone with any animal. When my sister was an infant, my dad had her in a stroller outside. He ran in the house to get something, and when he came back, the neighbor's cat had gotten its head in her mouth and was suffocating her as he was trying to get at the milk she had just drank. Another instance happened in October 2000 when a 4-pound Pomeranian family dog mauled the 6-month-old baby girl. This was reported by the Los Angeles Times October 9th, 2000. Dogs should be socialized to accept even those who do not live in their home. This can lead to less aggression. In my homeowners association, I sit on many panels regarding dog bites and dogs off leashes and dogs harassment. What I have found out through these years of sitting on these panels is a dog bite is a bite, no matter the size of the dog. Aggressive behavior can come in all breeds if they're not properly trained, and no dog is inherently mean. They should always be on a leash when they are outside of the home. And biting is a natural behavior of all dogs. And all dogs and many animals have the potential to bite or inflict harm. Properly train any dog you own. Do not approach dogs you do not know or do not know the owners of. We need to encourage dog owners to become knowledgeable about the animals and train and socialize them so they can become our good dog neighbors. The responsibility is with the dog owner, not with the dog, who is subjected to the proper or improper training and exposure just like parents for children. A quote from President Joseph S. Smith says, "Kindness to the whole animal creation, and especially to all domestic animals, is not only a virtue that we should do, that should be developed, but the absolute duty of mankind. It is an unrighteous thing to treat any creature cruelly." I say that pit bulls are victims of canine racism. I have lived with at least 7 pit bulls over the last 40 years and have never experienced one misstep with any of the dogs. Children have yanked their ears and tails, pulled on the female's nipples, tried to ride them, stuck fingers up noses and rectums. While the dogs growled, they never sniped nor snapped at the children. They have proven loyal and great nanny dogs to not only my children, but also to my grandchildren.